If we want humanity to be safe, we should let AI run the world. TCS just made the first bold move, and now that the big daddy has made the move, I would not be surprised if this would start a domino effect.
So what do I need to do to be in that top 20% who is not out of a job and is continuing to be in the top 1% of India?
I think there's a guy in our team who makes $1 million a year making 30-second video ads for brands, all done end-to-end using AI.
For somebody who want to get started in this world of AI, how much money do I need to spend to...
You can do that for free as well.
How?
Install a software called as... The country that has the most powerful AI would basically mean has the highest touch in arms race. As a result, they will dominate the world.
What is the worst thing that can happen with AI?
People will stop thinking, and it is scary. AIs will become so smart where we'll arrive to a AI which can build itself. And when AI can build itself, what takes a human 6 months of training work will happen overnight. AI could be so powerful that it could come to a point where human extinction could happen by 2027.
Well, how can they kill us?
Well, because they are AIs, they can get into the passcodes of Donald Trump's nuke, click one button and...
Man, the things that you talk about is really, really bonkers. It's scaring me as an entrepreneur. I'm sure it is scaring millions of people in India who is doing a job today. So the first thing I want to ask you is what's on everybody's mind right now. TCS, one of the most safest companies of India, has laid off 12,000 people. Now, the TCS management is saying, it is just some routine, efficiency improvement, nothing to do with AI. What do you think? Are we going to expect more such layoffs happening? What do you think is going to happen to the job market in India?
Okay, before I get to the question, let me address this. I don't try to scare people. You see, what I do is I run a company with 160, 170 employees. And every day with AI coming into the picture, I'm seeing insane efficiency gains. And I have been reading a lot about this. I've been applying a lot of this. So as a learner and as a founder who's implementing all of these things, I thought it is important for me to come out and talk about it. And that is exactly why I came back to content. And I feel leaders of our country, especially, and also the world, are hiding a lot of really important things from their people. Okay. Because if they say everything out, people will get scared. They might lose people right now on a short term as well.
Right.
And they're getting a lot of hate if they say something that has anything to do with AI. And I think that's exactly what is happening with TCS. Okay. You see the news broke and everybody, Faye D'Souza, first post, everybody spoke about it being AI. And it was very clear, evident that it was AI. But then the CEO came back and said, no, you know what? It was not AI, it was skill gap. Now, please explain me this. What the hell is the skill gap that didn't exist for 20 years, 30 years, and suddenly existed right now? As a result, a company that is treated as a government company. It is the safest company in the world is what people used to say when I was in college.
Yeah.
Let go 12,000 employees. Boss, the reality is, it is the skill gap, which is true, but the skill gap that is coming because of AI. Because what does a company like TCS do? They write code. India's third largest export is what? Code. We build product. We outsource IT.
Yeah.
It's the third largest export after jewelry and after pharmaceuticals, if I'm not wrong. Right? Why were companies outsourcing stuff to us? Because the cost of a developer in the US to India is 1/5 to 1/10 in a few cases.
Okay.
So they could charge a premium. There was an arbitrage for these companies to charge a premium to a Bank of America because the cost of labor was low in India. And we had a lot of people to do it. That is why all this TCS, Wipro and all these companies grew. Now with AI coming into the picture, you're hearing people like Mark Zuckerberg literally saying, we don't need middle engineers anymore.
Yeah.
Or someone like Sam Altman saying, OpenAI is 50% of code being written by AI. So there are crazy coding agents that are coming out. There are AI models like Opus 4 or 2.5 by Gemini or the O3 and right now the GPT-5 that's going to come up by ChatGPT or OpenAI. It is not out yet. By the time maybe the podcast is out, it will be out. And these are incredibly good with code. And when these models are so good with code, you don't need a lot of humans to execute it anymore.
Right.
And there's a lot of dead weight in a lot of these large companies. People who have 10 years experience, 12 years experience, 15 years experience, they're not as fast to adapt to start with. They've been using old code stacks. For example, you would be using a React node but they would be using some Pascal, some old Java stack, which are not relevant anymore. So there is no way that these companies can continue to pay salaries of these people. As a result, they are going to let go people. And TCS just made the first bold move. And I think I'm very certain a lot of companies were waiting for one company to make a move. And now that the big daddy has made the move, I would not be surprised if this would start a domino effect. The same thing happened in the US. Google was the first company to say, I'm going to let go people. And then you saw a domino. Today, if you walk in the streets of SF, you throw a stone, you'll find someone who's unemployed.
Okay.
And these are not random people, okay? These are software engineers. These are very high quality people. And we teach people all over the world, right? I see so many people who are accomplished, who have done so well in the past, not having jobs right now. And that has started to happen, I believe, in India right now. And it's just a beginning.
Like some reports say that 70% of these jobs will not exist anymore. Is that number exaggerated, or do you think it's somewhere close to that number?
I don't know. But I will tell you, none of these numbers, when I hear about them, seems to be exaggerated. I'll tell you why. How were teams working? Let's say in software specifically, right? You have a leader who is like a CTO or an engineering manager, and there are a bunch of people who have a lot of tasks assigned on a tool like Jira.
Yeah.
Correct? Or a Linear or whatever platform that you use. These are all task management tools where a senior person assigns tasks to junior engineers. And they go and execute the task and give the code, and sabka code merge hota hai, and eventually it goes to production.
Okay.
Now there are tools like Codex by OpenAI, Jules by Google, or Devin by Cognition, which also acquired Windsurf very recently, right? What are these tools? See, there are two kinds of AI tools that have come up, okay, just for code, if you want to go deep into it. One are assistants, like Cursor, Windsurf, Bolt. All these tools are assistants. Like you say, I want to do this, they'll quickly do that for you, waiting for your command. And then there are coding agents, which are Codex, Jules. These are platforms where you assign a task to AI and the AI will go and do that for you.
Okay.
Right? It's like literally replacing an engineer to do the task for you, and they do async. So if you have 20 tasks to do on your code, you assign 20 tasks to these coding agents, they will work at 100 times the speed or 50 times the speed of any human can, finish the task and push the code back to your repo.
So basically what you're saying is, earlier if I am a leader and if I had 10 developers reporting to me and if I have to give the responsibility to 10 different people, now I need to have 10 agents?
Probably 9 agents and one more human to maybe check everything.
Got it. So now I will have 9 agents and 1 human to sort of oversee everything, and I've reduced my cost by 90%, and these people won't complain about working at 2 a.m., 4 a.m.
No, they work 24/7.
They work 24/7.
They don't care. They're happy to work.
And how much do these cost? Because a typical dev in Bangalore will cost me 2 lakhs a month.
I mean, 1 by 100 the cost maybe.
100.
We are moving towards a world where it will be free. Like almost free. Like it will not matter you.
So you're saying now pursuing computer science in engineering college is a waste of money and time?
Very good question. I don't know. I think there is still... I was just talking to my team today when someone asked me the same question. Vaibhav, would you have done computer science or not?
Because I regretted not doing computer science, because my friends, when they graduated, made 20 lakhs per annum. I made 5 lakhs per annum. And I was like, bro, I wish I did computer science.
Now, the rationale for learning code is very different. See, I also learned code, but I never wrote code. But what it taught me is product sense. What it taught me is design thinking. What it taught me is problem solving. What it taught me is original thinking. All these are very important traits that you end up learning when you learn how to write code. What I believe is 2 years, 3 years from now, right? Code will be taught at 8th grade or 7th grade at the same level that it was taught in engineering today. I don't know what engineering is going to look like. Quite frankly, it's very hard. And I feel really bad for all the kids who are in colleges today, because they're studying something so irrelevant. Like, when they come out, they'll be like, what the hell is this? They were always studying something very irrelevant, but the world was not so dynamic.
Now every week it's changing.
Yes, every week it is changing. So it is absolutely madness, absolute madness. Bro, I don't know if you've seen this. Sam Altman congratulated a person called as Saiho on his Twitter. I was like, why is Sam Altman and Greg Brockman, everybody congratulating this Saiho guy? And I went into that rabbit hole. And there was this very techie looking, geek looking leaderboard where Saiho was rank 1, rank 2 was OpenAI. When I geeked into it, I realized it was a Japanese coding contest. It's one of the most toughest coding contests in the world. AI ranked 2 in that coding contest. They almost won, by the way. Towards the end, this person, Sai Ho, who was also an ex-OpenAI employee, beat the AI model to become number 1. And this is a new model. This could be GPT-5 is what people are saying. Or whichever that model is, that will be out in public in maybe 2 months max. That would basically mean you, I, and everybody else for $20 will have the best, world's best, second best software engineer in the world writing code for us. And we can have unlimited of these.
So let me ask you this question. You see, of course, there are some people who say that, it's going to be the job market is going to get disrupted a lot. But their argument to that is, if I go back in history, there was the Industrial Revolution and the Internet Revolution. Eventually, we found our way back and there were more jobs than what was there. Why is this time different? Why is the AI revolution different from the Internet Revolution and the Industrial Revolution? That it is predicted that it will lead us into a dystopian world where very few people will have jobs.
See, I'll tell you what, based on our understanding, based on all the data reports that are coming up, the world unemployment rate could go up to 30 to 50% in the next 2-3 years.
Wow.
Okay. This is tracked unemployment. For example, India's unemployment right now is 3.5 or 4%. You know that is not true. Today, in reality, it will be 25-30% or whatever that number is. I don't know.
Yeah.
But definitely not 3-4%.
Right.
Right. They are saying it's going to 2x to 3x. Okay. What is that one job or what is those 5 jobs or 3 jobs that are going to get created which will make all these people busy? Nobody has an answer. I've researched a lot. Okay. I get these hypothetical answers saying every time a job has gone, new job has come up. Right. But this time it doesn't look like it unless you want to go become a plumber or a carpenter, which is fair and square. You can do that. But not many people would want to go and become a carpenter.
No, but for that, my argument would be Tesla robots. I recently saw a video that these robots are now doing laundry.
Yes.
They are cooking.
The Tesla Dyna.
So why can't plumbing be done by these robots?
Yeah, it is a little difficult. It will take 15-20 years because the rationale for that is robots are very good when the environment is understood. Right? When they don't understand the environment, it's very hard for you to predict what a robot will do. In plumbing, there's a lot of nuance that a robot needs to understand. Does that mean plumbers will never be replaced? I think that is what the world of utopia is going to look like. But the dystopia is going to happen over the course of next 5-10 years or whatever that is.
So here's a different viewpoint. Let us now look at the macroeconomics.
Sure.
If a lot of people lose their job, won't the economy self-destruct? Because how is the business going to make money if there's not enough people to sell it to?
Well, if you think about it today, if you look at any business economics, right, except for things that are needed for everyday life, most of the economy runs around the top 5%, top 10% people. And that is the consumption economy. Right? Majority of the money is revolving around those people.
But that is mostly in India, no? But in countries like US...
That could be 20%, that could be 30%, but there's always a plateau.
Correct. Agreed.
Right? Now,
like I think I saw some data on Swiggy that I think 80% of their revenue comes from the top
high value
5-6% of
high
people.
value customers. It's the same for everyone.
Yeah.
Will be the same for your business also, will be the same for my business also.
Correct.
Right? It's that 5% who pay the majority, which covers all.
Who can afford the gourmet restaurants where they charge 1,000 rupees every order.
There you go. High AOV order. Right? That has always been the case. Right now, what will happen is, when we say something like this happens, right, it all depends on how the government will actually react to this. I think on a long term, India will win because we have always figured out a way to make that work. The only case this time that is different is we have to do it fast. And India has never been good with doing things fast. I'll give you a data point, okay? It is scary when I read it. Can you guess? I'll tell you, Elon Musk already has 1 million GPUs. NVIDIA makes these graphical processing units on which AI is trained. Right? Elon Musk almost has 1 million GPUs. Okay.
Is that a large number to some?
1 million is a good number because each GPU costs $40,000 to $75,000.
Okay.
Right?
So the more GPUs you have, the far better is your LLM.
Power, the more energy that you have and the better AIs that you can run.
Okay.
So GPU is the hardware. Without hardware, you can't do anything about it.
So he's bought it from NVIDIA.
So yeah, he has access to 1 million GPUs and he says he will go to 10 million GPUs.
Okay. How much does an OpenAI or a Google have?
He says about 1 million GPUs. OpenAI says 1 million GPU. I think Google will have a mix of GPUs and TPUs, which is their own hardware that Google is building.
Okay.
Now, whatever. Let's say US has all put together 5 million GPUs. Let's say or 1 million GPUs hypothetically. Okay. How many GPUs do you think India has?
10,000.
15,000.
I was close. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, 15,000 whole country versus Elon Musk having more than 1 million GPUs. You see the difference?
Why don't we have more? We can't buy them, no? We have.
Yeah, so it's funny that you can't buy them directly right now because the GPUs are made by NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a US company, and our very dear Donald Trump has put us in grade 2 in countries who can buy GPUs. But I don't think we are doing enough there. Or if we are doing enough, we don't know about it. And I really, really hope we do something about AI.
So let us assume probably the optimistic scenario that India is going to be slow, and then other countries are going to develop their AI models much faster than us. The way I like to imagine this is that people are not able to understand the difference between what a AI superpower country versus a non-AI country can look like. But the way I like to look at this is, how is a civilized city like, let's say, Bangalore or Mumbai different from an uninhabited island, with tribal people? I feel like that will be the difference in the sort of...
It will be the difference between Wakanda and, I think, Namibia. That's going to be the difference, right? Like, I'll tell you the significance of what you just said. You said a very powerful line.
Thank you.
Countries which has good AI will compound faster than anybody else. I'll give you rationalization of that, okay? You've heard of AI right now, which is artificial intelligence. The next leg of it is artificial general intelligence, AGI. Now, what is AGI? AI is not as smart as humans in everything as of yet. It is smarter than humans in a lot of things, but it is not good enough than every other human being today combined. And when that happens, that would be AGI, which is smarter than every single human in the world combined. When AGI arrives, right, the next thing that every company is optimizing for today, Meta, has been building something called a super intelligent team. That is ASI. AI will be able to build its own AI. So there is this paper, dude, AI 2027. It's by Daniel Kokotillo, who's an ex-OpenAI researcher who has become a whistleblower right now. He's predicting what will happen in the world for the next 2 years. And his prediction is by 2027, AIs will become so smart. There's going to be insane amount of compute. When there's insane amount of compute, it's like food, insane amount of food for these AI. When that happens, AI will become smarter and smarter and smarter over the course of time, where we'll arrive to a AI which can build itself. And when AI can build itself...
build better than itself.
Better than itself. Basically, what the paper says is what takes a human 6 months of training work will happen overnight. Because there are 500,000 AIs that are flipped around and doing AI research for you. Because they are all servers, right? Nothing else. So the paper hypothetically says we will get to a point where AI will be misaligned. What does misaligned means? Alignment is a very interesting concept in AI, okay? Alignment means if AI wants what you want, then AI is aligned. If AI doesn't listen to what you want and does on its own front, then it's a misaligned AI. All these dystopian movies that you see, right?
Yeah.
It is all because of misaligned AI. It is not listening to you. It is acting like it is listening to you, but it's doing whatever it wants at its own end. When that happens, when AI makes its own AI, you don't have a control of it because you don't know the language it speaks. You don't know how it works. You don't know where it is stored. You don't know how it is built. So you have zero control on that AI. As a result, that AI could be so powerful that it could come to a point where human extinction could happen if we don't slow down AI by 2027 is what the report says.
Human what will happen?
Extinction.
Well, how can they kill us?
Well, because they are AIs, they can get into your servers, they can get into the passcodes of Donald Trump's nuke, because I'm sure by then he has a Neuralink on his head, and get the passcode and click one button and there'll be nuclear missiles all over the world killing every single human.
So then why are we doing this?
Because a bunch of people, bunch of leaders realize that they can make outrageous amount of capital, and on top of that, the amount of power that they can hold if they build the first ASI is unfathomable. So they're taking an odd. Do you think people make after people make $1 billion? Do you think they work for money anymore?
They work for power and control.
Exactly. Who do you think will have the highest amount of power? Who has the ASI? Who has the most super intelligent team? And that's exactly why Mark Zuckerberg is spending $1.5 billion to hire one bloody person, which is 20 times more than Messi, who's the best footballer in the world.
But what is so special about these people that have to pay 1.5 billion to hire?
Because they are the guys who are moving the research forward. One little change in algorithm, one little discovery could propel the AI research 2 years faster, 3 years faster, 4 years faster. And it's a race, bro. See, the thing is, whichever company gets to ASI first will go so much faster that people can't keep up. Because what did I say? The moment ASI happens, AI will build itself. 6 months of work will happen overnight.
Yeah.
So a company which doesn't have AGI can never keep up because they will compound. Because years will become days, days will become hours, hours will become minutes of research work.
My God.
The whole world works on code. And that is
Okay.
how systems work as well.
Okay. Now we've come to the conclusion that everybody's not going to be saved.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's say 20%.
So what do I need to do to be in that top 20% who is not out of a job and is continuing to be in the top 1% of India?
Yeah. I think for that, you have to become a problem solver using AI. You should have the capability to do a job of 10 people that you have replaced just now. For that, I think you should become something called as an AI generalist. Right? I think the era of specialist is over. Specialist jobs are going to be given to AI and AI.
Give me examples of specialist jobs.
Anything where you do only one thing repeatedly very, very well.
So mention names.
Let's say a chartered accountant.
Okay.
It's a specialist role, right? You do something very, very specific.
Like lawyers, doctors.
Lawyers, yeah. I mean, doctors, I think they'll be fine, I feel. And if you want to go deep into it, I have a hypothesis there. But most of the specialist roles in any company, let's say you're a software engineer. You just can't be a software engineer anymore. You can't be a person who's just writing code. I've been saying this for the last 2 years. Yesterday, I saw a podcast of Vinod Khosla talking to Nikhil Kamath where he said, specialists are over, generalists are here. And my team was like, Vaibhav, you've been saying for this for 2 years. Now we'll listen to you. I'll tell you how you can become a generalist no matter who you are. You could be a software engineer, you could be a marketer, you could be a finance person. You need to become a problem solver with AI. For that, I split this up into 5 levels on how you can get there. I'll make it very quick so that it becomes a roadmap. And in fact, I'll give a roadmap to you. You can link that up in the document as well for people who want to go deeper into this.
Sure.
I think level 0 is something that we are making all our employees do already today, which is list down all the tasks that you are doing on an everyday level. What are the things that you don't enjoy doing? Figure out what are the right AI tools or right AI workflows which can start doing that for you. That is level 0. Bare minimum things that you can do.
Sure.
You can open up your time and space.
Okay.
Level 1 is where you figure out one of the most important skill set for every human being is going to be how I can communicate with AI in the best way possible.
Yeah.
And that is going to happen with prompt engineering and context engineering.
No, but here I have a doubt. You can also use AI to write prompts.
You can.
So then that solves the
No, but you will only... What can AI give you as an answer based on what has been trained? Your original thinking is what will matter in the world that we are living in. And a lot of times, most of the answers are not coming from one prompt. They come from something called as a workflow. Okay. You get to AI to think like you. For example, let's say I want to get AI to write like me.
Okay. Yeah, this is a problem that I've been facing.
Let's say you want to get AI to write like you. What do most of the people say? Most of the people say, hey, my name is Sharan, right? I want you to write content like me. This is how I write my content. Or maybe you'll give a couple of samples, write like this. Is what you will say.
So I'll tell you what I did, right? So I've written almost 500 LinkedIn posts in the last 3-4 years.
Correct.
So I took my top performing LinkedIn posts, about 100 of them, and I put that into a document and I gave that as a training model for my ChatGPT writer. Then I told it that you are my LinkedIn writer so-and-so. This is the way I write. This is the context. And this is the structure that you need to follow. You know, high emotional hook, body with a lot of information, and then a nice CTA. This is how I've trained it. Now, every time I come up with an interesting topic, I will do the research for it. Let's say I find an article or whatever, I put that into it and say that write it in my way of writing.
Perfect. I think it's not a bad workflow at all. But you realize it was not a prompt. You did a workflow. You did multiple steps.
This is because this is how I thought in my head.
Exactly.
Because this is how I would
with AI.
Because this is how I would explain to a employee if that person is working for me as a human being. This is how I would explain to them, go through my recent post, study it, and any new research that comes, write like this.
Perfect.
So that's what I told you.
I think it's perfect, but my process is slightly more refined. I'll give you context. This is where a generalist comes into the picture.
Okay.
You use the right AI model to solve the right problem here. Right?
Okay.
First thing that I would do for getting AI to do things like me is just like you pulled up 500 of your LinkedIn posts, I would pull up all my top performing LinkedIn posts or Instagram reels or whatever that is. I would make a document to it. And I will not attach it with AI. I will not build a RAG of it or I'll not build a custom GPT of it, but I'll actually upload that document into a reasoning model like O3 on ChatGPT.
Okay.
or Gemini 2.5 Pro,
Okay.
which is a reasoning model which can think. I'll give a reasoning model which is different to other models because reasoning models can think, can reason before they give you an answer rather than just spitting out an answer. And I'll tell you the technical difference between two also.
Okay.
Whenever there is something for AI to think, you give it to a reasoning model. Okay. So
Like
I give
O3,
it
O3 reasoning.
O3 or 2.5 or Claude Opus 4
Yeah.
or anything like that, right? You give a model and I write a prompt. You are an expert when it comes to finding patterns in content. Go through my content. You have done a lot of, writing for a lot of authors. Go through my writings and tell me how I write. Give me an extensive content DNA analysis of how I write, what are the kind of words that I use, how do I frame my sentences, how do I structure my emojis, what is the kind of emotion that I invoke in my content, because I don't know about it. I write the way I write because I just do like that.
Yeah.
Right? You can't explain it. So you ask AI to tell you, then AI will give you a report saying, Sharan, these are the findings that I found from your writing when I did an analysis, like a consultant. Consultant does research work. You have done that before at your job. You do that consultant work on the content. You get like an extensive analysis. Then I take that analysis. Then I go to a normal 4.5 or a 4.0 model and I say, convert this into a reusable prompt. So that I can use this prompt every time I give a topic and research. You will spit out a post for me by following everything that I've given on the research report. So you're making the research report as a base, not your content, because this is a much more cleaner form of knowledge for AI.
So you're using my earlier context to create a prompt.
Yes.
For future AI purposes.
I'm using your context to get a report. I'm using that report to build a prompt. I'm using that prompt inside of a GPT or a custom GPT or a Gemini Gem or something so that it can mimic your style of writing.
And this works better.
Yeah, this is a workflow, right? You are giving it in a form that AI understands the best. Because think about this. Every time AI needs to write an article, it has to go through 100 articles of yours. And every time it will pick a different nuance.
Yeah.
But now that you've given a report, you've given a consolidated report of what works. You're making AI think less. You're cutting the ambiguity of AI. As a result, you get much more better outputs every single time. Yeah, I follow this process and I keep making this better, obviously, right? Last 2 years, every single piece of content on my LinkedIn has been written by AI. I can't tell if it is written by me or by AI.
Yeah.
Because the kind of words, the sentence formation, everything that it does, it's impossible for me. If you tell me, I'm being frank, I can't tell if it is written by me or AI. Of course, I do some touch-up works here and there. But every time I do a touch-up work, I go back to that prompt and give it update saying, hey, this is how my style has changed. Here's an updated instruction. And it updates the prompt. And that prompt goes into the thing as well.
And then you built this as a custom GPT, or is it like a single thread that
Custom GPT.
Custom GPT.
So that it's repeatable, no? And a lot of people will realize that custom GPT is paid. You need a paid chat GPT.
So what is the difference? Like a lot of people use the same thread and they keep using that same thread again and again, thinking that all the things that I've chatted with this with ChatGPT in that thread, it has context. So what is the need for me to build a separate custom GPT?
I'll tell you why. Because all these AI models have something called as context window.
But that's expanding, no?
No, but that's at 100,000 only, not today. And two, you're confusing the AI model. I'll tell you what I mean by that. Let's say you got AI to write a post for you and you gave it some feedback, which is very specific to that post. Right? Which is not relevant for everybody, everything else. It's very specific to this post.
Yeah.
But AI understand that as an instruction.
Acha.
And your 100K context window will fly like this without even you knowing. And you have not got to a point where it's unlimited context window and you're giving wrong context. You're making AI remember about random things that you've spoken with it in this, which is specifically to a different post, which is not learnings. So your outputs are not great. And I've done this test. Basically, it has a decay effect. The longer the thread becomes, the worse the post will become.
Interesting.
But there is one way to hack this, is that every time you have a new conversation with it, go back to the first conversation, you click on edit and drop that research again. So that for AI, every conversation is a brand new conversation and you're not breaking the thread flow and you're not breaking the context. Level 2 is where you figured out these workflows, right? Like I just told you, you automate those workflows using something called as either you build your own RAGs
What is
Or-
RAG?
I'll get to that. Or you do something called as MCP. RAG, custom GPT is a RAG.
Okay, custom GPT is RAG.
RAG.
So that is level
Gemini Gem is a RAG. Yeah, that is level 2. But that is foundations of level 2. So in level 2, what you do is you use something called as MCP. Have you heard of MCP?
I've heard of MCP.
Model context
Claude launched it first, right? That's what I've heard.
Yeah, Claude only released the protocol called as Model Context Protocol.
Huh.
It is bloody game changing, okay? And it's scary AF. I'll tell you what MCP does. Humans use tools to do their job.
Correct. Huh.
If you want jobs to be automated, AI needs to use the same tools that a human is using. So MCP replaces you as a human with an AI assistant, and it can use all the tools that you're using today. Okay, let's talk about, let's say you're a marketer. Okay. As a marketer, let's say you've given your social media team a job of coming up with 10 great ideas for content. What do your teams do? They look at all your competitors or who create similar content, go through their content, look which one has got higher views than on average, download those videos, get the transcripts, upload those transcripts into your custom GPT, rewrite the whole script, and tell you, Sharan, we have found a script for you.
Yeah. It's exactly
For
the
this.
flow.
I know that. Everybody does the same. There's nothing wrong about this, right? We all take inspiration in the world, right? For this, they must be using Instagram scraper to scrape the content. If they're smart, they would be doing it automated by downloading all the content, putting it on a Google Sheet, doing a data analysis on that, finding the top 100 pieces of content. Once they find the top 100 pieces of content, they're probably using a different tool to download those videos. Then find a different tool to get the transcript of those videos. And once they have the transcript, they'll probably dump it inside of your custom GPT or Gemini Gem to rewrite the script. So this is a manual process.
One question, that scraping thing you talked about, what is a good scraping tool to extract my competitors?
Let's say Appify. Okay. Appify is a mother of all scraping tools because Appify is a marketplace of scraping tools. So for everything that you want to scrape, they have micro apps inside of that. Right? Or you can use a tool like Phantom Buster. Or you can use a tool like TextAU. Or you can use any scrape.
So you're saying, let's say I want to analyze a content creator like Mr. Beast, and I need to analyze every video that he's posting out. So you're saying I can use a scraping tool
to download all his videos.
To download all his videos.
Data of all his videos. Title, likes, comments.
Into an Excel file.
And then you do basic data analysis.
So that can be automated.
Now, this is what downloading can be automated. Data analysis is something that you will do. Once you have the top ones, there is some manual labor still involved because you have to still click on the buttons to download the video, then get the transcript using a different tool.
Correct.
Then once you have done all the transcripts, then you have to start uploading it, each one of them on your custom GPT. And this is already a 10x process for most of the people.
Correct.
Because they didn't know scraping existed. Now we are living in a world with MCP where the same tool that I told you, which is Appify, can be connected to my Claude. And I can say, go through this Instagram profile of Sharan. Here's the URL. Go through his top 500 videos on Instagram Reels.
Wow.
Find me likes, views, comments, and everything else that he has got on this.
Okay.
And then analyze that data. Find me the top 50 winning videos. And then use the appropriate Appify MCP tools to download those videos. Find the transcripts of those. And then use my Claude project to rewrite the whole script and give me 50 brand new scripts. It'll do it in like 30 minutes.
Wow.
Something that would take you maybe a couple of weeks.
And how easy it is to set this up on Claude?
Doesn't need a single line of code.
Okay. Interesting.
So and that is MCP.
This is like, I would say like 2 days worth of job.
No. I mean, I can do this in like 30 minutes.
Wow.
Set this up in 30 minutes. I'll tell you one more very good example. You might have come across this. Zerodha released something called as Kite MCP.
Yes, I saw that. Yes.
What is Kite MCP? All of a sudden, they have created a mic, which is the MCP protocol for your Kite account. So your Claude or ChatGPT can now connect to your Kite account. So every day you open your stocks and see, what is working, what is not working. If something is down, you quickly Google about them. Should I sell this stock? Is it doing well? This is what humans do.
Correct.
And if you are in the market, if you are in the business of buying and selling stock, you're always on it. But for someone like me, no way. I mean, I lose all my money purely because I'm not on top of the stocks that I've invested in.
Right.
You will tell on a phone call, bro, this stock is crazy, buy it off, but you'll not tell me when to sell it. Or you'll forget it. Or you'll drop me a message, but I'll forget it. And I'll lose money. How do I automate this? So today, I've connected my Kite account to Claude. Every day, there's a task that runs in the morning where it will check my portfolio. What all stocks have I bought? If any of them is on red or has lost money, it will do a research, Google research about those stocks from top sources, and it will tell me, should I hold the stock or sell? And it will, because it's already reading the news, and I can give it sources saying, watch all Akshat's videos, watch all Sharan's videos, right? And get all the context if they're saying something new. Use that information also to tell me what stock should I buy. As of today, you cannot buy or sell today. Those trades that you can still have to do it yourself.
Correct.
But you all of a sudden have an AI which you can make sure is reading your portfolio every 2 hours and telling you what needs to be done on your WhatsApp for almost for free. And this is again power of MCP.
So you built the system again.
It sounds like a fancy system, bro. It's a connection and a bloody prompt.
So every day on WhatsApp you get these kind of
I get
updates.
on Claude only because I'm very active on Claude. It comes in as a report. And I can get it on WhatsApp. It's not rocket science at all. Level 3 is where you jump deep into images, video, audio. Because as an AI generalist, you'll be like, Vaibhav, but this guy is a CA. He doesn't need to do anything with images, videos, anything. He's not a content creator. But you're getting up to something which is called as an AI generalist. You're a problem solver. And as a problem comes, you cannot say, this is not my territory anymore. Everything is your territory.
Because AI has made it possible for you to do anything.
Anything and everything. So here you go deep into diffusion. How can you train an AI model to talk like you? How can you train an AI model to generate images the way you want? How can you train a video model like you've seen the clones and all of that as well?
Yeah.
How can you get AI to create any kind of video, any kind of images, any kind of audio? You go deep into the world of diffusion. You go beyond of text in level 3. And whatever is needed, you need to have a tool stack in the right way so that every time there's a problem, you know how to approach it using the right tool and the right model. Now, if you go deeper into level 3, today when we look at level 3, right, we can think of AI tools like you would be like HeyGen, you would be like Higgsfield, you will be like Kriya AI. These are all VO3,
yeah,
right? These are all basic models, but that is very, very basic that anybody can use. It's an equivalent of ChatGPT. When you go deeper into the space, right, you go into this world of open source diffusion, which is Comfy UI, where you can build your own models, train your own content to make it look like you, to make it feel like you. Imagine Amul's creative. Amount of effort that goes into creating that one art is so high.
Yeah.
Imagine I can train a Comfy UI model and you don't need to write any single line of code for all of this. If I train 50 of Amul images and upload it, and I just say today is Independence Day, because it knows what needs to generate, it will show me 10 options of Amul branded creatives for Amul as a brand. And the amount of money in this, Sharan, is in-fucking-sane. Please be buying.
But why is it insane? Like for what? Like for the...
You know, I have people who I know who have built micro apps, bro. You know what the app does? If you upload an image, any AI image, it adds a human-like texture to your skin. That's all the app does. The guy makes $30,000 a month just selling that app because a lot of companies want to solve that specific problem of AI. You have told me AI clones look very unnatural.
Yeah.
To make it look natural, you need 2 more steps, which most of the people don't know. And those 2 steps can be productized using Comfy UI, and you can start selling that as a service to people.
Got it.
And there are so many people who are creating, we have a lot of teachers, right? There's a guy in our team who makes $1 million a year making 30-second video ads for brands, all done end-to-end using AI.
Okay.
Workflows. Something that was taking production companies like crores could be done for $1 lakh today. You saw all our ads also, right?
Yeah.
All our ads are AI generated and looks fucking stunning. Now that you've learned all of this, it's time to systemize things right now. In level 4, you learn how to build AI agents.
Okay.
So anything that you want to do in a repeated format and you want it to work autonomously, you have to build an AI agent for that. For example, a good AI agent could be, instead of doing this work every time you click on a button, it does the research for you, finds the best topics that all your competitors are creating, finds the best winning one, also looks for data signals from the internet, finds that content, writes the script, generates the audio, generates a video, stitches them together, makes a video, and also publishes it on your profile every single day at 7 p.m. It does the task end to end. So that is an AI.
I just have one confusion. How is this different from what you said about MCP? Yeah.
Because MCPs is still an assistant for you. You click on a button, you still have to take action on it. When I get stock data, I'm looking at that data and then I'm taking a call. But there are a lot of tasks that you don't want to take a call on. You want AI to take a call on. That is where agents come into picture because they do tasks end to end. Automation and agents ka difference wahi hai. Automation automates you and gives you the output by following a workflow. An agent executes the task end to end. For example, you had deep research. Before this, on ChatGPT, you were able to search for any topic and you were able to get an output.
Correct.
Why was deep research called as an agent? Because deep research had the ability to read up hundreds of articles, make sense of it, understand your problem statement, and give you the detailed report or a presentation that you wanted as an output. But with ChatGPT, you were doing all that work to eventually build a report yourself. But a deep research is doing that work end to end.
So deep research is an agent.
Agent, yes.
Okay, it's a productized agent.
Yes.
Where you don't have to build it. It's already built for you. So going forward, these companies will start building more and more agents for every.
It is building right now, no? ChatGPT launched ChatGPT Agent, which has access to. It is bloody crazy. If you want to go into the world of agents, right? The kind of agents that are already out there is insane. For example,
so it's like I don't even need to learn how to build an agent. These companies are already building the agent.
So there are two kinds of agents. One are generalized agents. These are called super agents, which can do very, very commonly done tasks very well.
Like recently,
ChatGPT agent.
I think I can go and order sneakers online.
Yeah.
I can order some food, book an Uber, all of that.
It can't do any of those. No, it can't do any of those. It needs your supervision.
Supervision.
In the sense, you will say, go find the best sneaker for you. So it will go, look up sneakers, find the best sneakers, come to the checkout page and wait for you to enter your card details.
Achha.
So it's not end-to-end task yet. As of yet.
Okay.
But there are agents which can do end-to-end tasks as well. For example, the browser that I use today is called as Comet.
Perplexity
is Comet. Insane. Like just insane. I'll tell you things that it does for me. The way ChatGPT agent works is, let's say you tell ChatGPT agent saying, find me the best Nike Air Jordan original in Bangalore, which could be shipped to me in next 5 days. So it will go do the research, find everything, eventually get to a point where it will be like, Sharan, please log in. Please enter your details. Because what it is doing is, every time you give a task, right, it's opening a computer on the cloud. And it is opening a Chrome browser on the cloud to do the task for you. So it doesn't have your access to anything. But if the same thing was running on your browser, your Amazon is already logged in.
Yeah.
Your card details are already added.
Yeah.
Your address is already added.
Yeah.
So on Comet, it does the same stuff that a ChatGPT agent does, but on your browser. As a result, you already have everything signed in there, right?
Yeah.
I can come to Comet and say, buy me exactly the same thing, right? Buy me a Logitech MX or buy me an AirPods and ship it to my home address with cash on delivery enabled. It will do the end-to-end task and order it for you.
It's doing that?
Yeah, it can do it for you.
Oh my.
If you have a card details, if you're in the US, your card is already attached. It can make the payment also. Right? And it is safe because it's using your browser and your browser saves all the data on the client. So it is not shared with servers. Shared with AI. So that is what Comet does, which is an agent. Now, bro, I run a newsletter, you know that. And I run it on Beehive. I used to bother my team guys saying, open rate, how much was the open rate of the last newsletter?
Yeah.
I will have this urge every single time.
Correct.
I'm too lazy to log in and do all of that. Now on Comet, I say, what was the open rate of my last newsletter? It'll open Beehive. It'll look at the last newsletter, tell me the open rate and ping me.
But how does it have access to your email ID,
because
password?
I've logged in, no? I've logged into Beehive on my account. If you have logged into any account on your computer, it can use it. Because it's using your Chrome only. Instead of you using it as a human.
If it's already logged in, it just needs to open it without writing the password because it's already logged in.
Yes, exactly. If it is not logged in, it'll ask you to log in. For example, my LinkedIn messages. I used to get hundreds of messages every day. And I always miss out on my LinkedIn messages. Now, every day morning, I run a task automatically. It will look up for all the messages in the last 24 hours, read all my 100 messages, close out the ones that are not important. The ones that are important, it will say, Sharan dropped you a message inviting for a podcast. This company dropped you a message doing this. And all the links to all the messages are ready so that I can, in the morning, I can go out, click on 4 links, go through them, reply to them and close them. Now, none of the important messages are missed because it can use my LinkedIn.
My God. So this is what Comet is basically doing. That it's basically doing end-to-end everything for you, anything.
Yes. Let's say you have to set up a Facebook ad.
It can do that.
Yeah. What is there? It's clicking of 10 different buttons only. No, it can click buttons very well. No problem. You give it, if you say that figure out an ad creative also, it will generate an ad creative and it will upload an ad creative also by yourself.
But if I need to, I need to prompt it well.
Yeah, you say, this is my product. This is my, let's say I'm starting a finance workshop. Sharan's ads are the best ads that I've seen. So go through Sharan's ad library. Go through the ads that have been running for the last 60 days.
Yeah.
Pick up the top 3 that you think will work well. Use ChatGPT to generate similar ad creatives with my name on it instead of Sharan. And you have access to my ad account. Run ads for $50 per day, starting from tomorrow. Build a landing page using Bolt as well. It will go build a landing page using Bolt as well.
Wow.
And build it. It's all about prompt.
So this is what Sam Altman said, that we are not very far away from a day where there will be a one-person unicorn.
Yeah.
Because I can do 100 people's job by just doing all of
Today it's like 10 people's job maybe, but I'm sure we'll get to a point. That is why in level 4, building agents is important. So here you're doing one-off tasks by asking Comet, do this for me, do this for me, do this for me. What if every day morning when you wake up?
Wait, for example, I'm just thinking with Comet, can I sort of figure out calendar booking with important people without me actually, physically doing it? Like, give me an example. Like how, like say for example, I'm thinking from the perspective of a salaried person also today who is looking for a job at a company that they want. Now, a lot of people will just go to a normal job posting and wait for some application, all that bullshit, right? But both of us know that the real way of doing it is through networking on LinkedIn, finding the people who you want to work with and tell them how you can help them, and then they will figure it out. But very few people have the time and patience to follow up and all that bullshit. So can I tell Comet that I want to, let's say, for example, get into Zomato, find out all the product leaders in Zomato, also they're one level junior, and then I tell them and write them a very customized message of how my skill set is going to help them, and set up, and if anybody's interested, set up a calendar meeting in my Google Calendar.
I can take it to a different level also. I can say, I'm looking for a job in the top consumer tech companies in Bombay. Look for LinkedIn jobs. Look for a marketing manager role in any consumer tech companies that you find.
Okay.
Make a list of them, update them on this Google Sheet.
Okay.
And once you've updated them, find 5 key decision makers that you think would be the right person for that specific role. Find them on LinkedIn, connect with them, send a connection message with a personalized note by reading their latest LinkedIn post that they have written or the latest LinkedIn like that they have done, and personalize that message and say that, hey, I'm keen for this role. Can I get a referral, and send them.
So Comet can do this.
Can do this.
Bro, then what work do you do, bro? Everything is done.
You delegate. That's the whole point, right? You delegate.
No, there's no work left. You just tell Comet, do this, do that, do that, do that, and then you just chill the whole day.
Yeah. But there are a lot of things it cannot do. The moment it goes beyond your browser, the moment it becomes intelligence coming into the picture, the moment you want multiple tasks, here you have to give it a command every time you want it to do anything. You don't want to give it a command anymore. Let's say every day at 4 p.m. it should do this for you by finding right jobs and all. And if your computer is off, Comet will not work. But if you're able to build your own AI agent, you can do this without writing a single line of code. A specialized AI agent exactly to apply for jobs for you every single day. You can do that using a tool like NA10, Make, or a Crew AI, where you can build these agents, connect all these APIs to it without writing a single line of code again. And that will work much better than what a Comet can do, because it can work on cloud. It can work 24/7. You don't need to keep your browser open and look at it. So there is a massive knowledge gap that exists. And that is what is keeping people behind. It's not rocket science. It is something that everybody can learn. And the products are built in a way that millions and billions of people can actually use it.
Okay, so now I can't imagine what is level 5.
Level 5 is what you actually told, right? You built an agent here, right? You're automating stuff. It's about productizing your workflows. So build products using AI. Use Bolt, use Lovable, use Cursor, use...
Basically start your own business.
Convert your workflows, convert your agents into full-fledged end-to-end products.
That becomes a business then.
You can use it as a business. For example, I've built a lot of internal AI tools for my company. For example, my graphic designer was leaving. She decided to leave. And my head of content came to me and said, bro, we have to hire a graphic designer. I was like, but you can do designs with ChatGPT. I've taught you already. You can do prompts. He's like, those technical prompts are very hard. So not everybody can do it. And then I built a tool using Bolt where you tell the name of the product, details. It will automatically generate 5 different prompts, which you can copy paste inside of ChatGPT, and it will generate an ad creative similar to ours.
So where you built a tool to help your team generate prompts because they don't know how to write good prompts.
Yes. Now my team was even lazy. They were like, it's too much of work for me to copy and paste it. So I built that tool in a way, they say 10, I want 10 ad creatives. They write what the creative is about. They click on one button. It will generate 10 prompts for them at once. Then if they're happy with the prompts, they click on one button. Then it will open 10 different ChatGPT windows with all the prompts injected inside of them. They can just go have coffee, come back, and all the creatives are ready. Now, did I build anything crazy here? No. I built a tool on top of ChatGPT using a tool where I don't know how to write code, using a tool called as Bolt, which is similar to Lovable, where I just told AI this is what I want, and it figured out a way and built a solution for me, which basically we call AI creative strategist.
So wait, what in Bolt is a website? It's a product creator?
Yeah, it's like Lovable, where you can text prompt it for it to write code. It will write a code and build a product for you.
So what did you tell exactly?
Initially, I told I want a prompt generator, right? So here
but there are already prompt generators available.
But I created my own prompt generator because it is supposed to generate prompts. I love that question, by the way. Nobody asked me that. For you to generate great ad creatives, I wanted winning ad creatives to come up.
Okay.
And I already had winning ad creatives in the past. So what I did is I went through O3. I uploaded 10 ad creatives of mine because O3 has something called as OCR. It can read the image.
Okay.
It can understand what is on the image. So I said, here are the 10 images of ads that has won for me.
Like static
images. Take those images and understand what you've understood about the image. It gave me a big list of things. Now I said, if you have to generate an image like this, every time I tell you a name of a product, what would be the prompt that I need to use? So it in itself wrote a technical prompt for me so that it can replicate an image similar to this.
Interesting.
I use that prompt inside of the tool that I built inside of Bolt. And I said, every time my team gives you an instruction saying, Personal Finance Masterclass by Vaibhav Sisinty, right? This is the copy on the ad. Use this prompt. Use the ChatGPT's OpenAI O3 model. It will generate that number of prompts to create an ad creative inside of ChatGPT.
Okay.
It's a prompt that is created to generate different prompts. It's a father of prompts. Then my team said, Vaibhav, we don't want to copy paste. Then I built a tool which takes the prompt, right, on Bolt. Every time my team gives a copy, it uses this prompt and uses the API of O3. I'm not using ChatGPT anymore. I'm using the API of O3 to generate 10 different prompts in a nice little UI. The UI was built by the tool called as Bolt. Now, if they click on one button, I have to open that up, open 10 different windows for 10 different creatives. How do I solve that? I went to Perplexity and I said, when I enter a prompt in ChatGPT and I click on enter, I see a new URL gets formed. Is it possible that I can send the prompt in the URL? That is it possible I can type chatgpt.com/prompt is equal to, and I enter that prompt there. Can ChatGPT take that? Is there a URL structure for that?
Is there?
There was.
Okay.
I copied that information and I gave it to Bolt and I said, this is the URL structure. So every time you generate a prompt, append the prompt that you generated next to chatgpt.com/whatever that was. I don't remember anymore. Prompt is equal to : model picker is equal to : whatever that was there. I didn't understand it. So I copied and pasted it. And I said, every time you generate a prompt, put it inside this URL and keep the URL ready. And then I asked it, I want to open 10 tabs at once. Is that possible with Chrome? It said, yes, it is possible. And again, I copied that instruction on how to do it. I asked it, I want to implement this product on Perplexity. On Perplexity, I went and I said, I want to open 10 different tabs at once. How do I write the code? How do I approach this problem? I have to tell my engineer, you tell me. So it told me these are all the steps you have to take. I copied it and then gave it to my engineer, which is a Bolt, which is a tool. And I said, this is what you have to implement so that on one click, it can open 10 tabs. And you know what it did?
I think this is level 5 for a reason, man. This is a little too complicated.
Trust me, it is not, bro. You have to play with it. It is not.
It's difficult to wrap my head around what's happening.
So, because I jumped to a product that I built, which is being used by my team, you feel like that. Initially, I started with content generator, which is very simple. I got an aha. I said, okay, this is possible. I want to do more. Then I built a graphic designer. Said, oh, you know what? I can give a prompt. I can imagine what I want. It can generate 10 creatives instead of one because ChatGPT generates one.
So is this the future of work, that people operating at level 5, solving problems in the company, building
I think
agents and
every level is
productizing?
future of work. Every level is future of work. The reason why I'll put them in levels is because you progress. You can't do level 5 without level 1. But at your work, it doesn't mean that if you're not in level 5, you can't do your work. If you're very good with level 1, you can solve a lot of problems. If you're very good with level 2, you can solve even more problems. And every bloody level is monetizable. Let's say you have learned how to write prompts in a great way. You can be a prompt engineer or a freelance prompt engineer, just like you hire a consultant to do XYZ. You'll be like, this is the product that I want to make. I don't have the time to write the best prompt. Here's $1,000, build a prompt for me. You know what? I've spent over $10,000 with freelance prompt writers already.
They're good?
Very good. They write meta prompts, 3, 5, 10 page long. I know how to write it. But what are you trading? What do you pay money for? Not because you can't do it, because you don't have the time and you're not an expert at it. So prompting can be outsourced, right? And there are a lot of people making shit ton of money.
Where do you hire these freelance prompts?
I hired from my LinkedIn, right? So the way I did it is I went to someone who was working at Microsoft Copilot team.
Okay.
He was the guy who was writing prompts from Microsoft Copilot. That is why it was so expensive.
So how much does he charge?
He charged $1,000 per prompt.
Per prompt?
Yeah. Bro, that's $10,000 for 10 prompts. But with those 10 prompts, I can build a $10 million business. This is the heart and soul of it. And there are a lot of people who are willing to pay a lot of money for this. Because one prompt, one good data analysis prompt can help your team to do attribution of your data, which used to take them 10 hours in a minute. And you don't need 10 people, you need one person to run that prompt. Isn't that worth $10,000 for you?
Yeah.
That is why people can pay a premium for that.
So tell me this. I understood about all these levels, and it is understandable that in the current world that we are living in, if I'm a level 4 or even a level 5, there is no way I'm losing my job, right? I'm an asset to any company. The CEO is...
I think if you are very good with this, forget about losing your job. You will be sitting in a position where you'd be working for 4 different jobs at once, because the kind of...
You think that is the future, that people will be having 4 different jobs because they can do so much?
Very much possible. It's very much possible. And this is not me saying again. This is very big people who have been very good with predictions of the future talking about it. Where, Naval Ravikant.
Yeah, of course.
Basically says this, that in the world of AI that we're going to live in, people who are real knowledge workers, who can work with AI the right way, will mostly be gig workers. The reason why they'll be gig workers is company can't afford to pay them because they're that expensive. And they're very good with what they do. As a result, most of the people will wake up in the morning with a ping on their phone with 5 tasks to be done. They pick what they want. They bid for it.
Wow.
They do that task and chill at Tahiti for the next 2 weeks and come back and pick a task and do it again. The real independent, fire is going to happen for a lot of people who actually embrace AI the fastest.
Interesting.
This is Naval Ravikant talking about it in a pod.
So let's talk about a day in your life, right? Like what kind of setup do you have on your computer? Can you tell me, like in the morning when you wake up, how does your day go? Because all the things that we've been doing and talking about maybe 3 years back can now probably be done in half an hour. Yeah. So I'm just curious to know, what do you do in a day?
So my tool stack is very simple right now. I have something called as Jerry, which is an AI executive assistant of mine, which resides on my Slack, which has access to my emails, which has access to my calendar, which has access to my meetings, right? So every day morning I wake up, I say, give me a rundown of all the emails that I've received in the last 24 hours that I've not opened, and tell me if there's anything important to attend. Next is, if I have calendar, let's say I have to block a calendar with you. I just say block a calendar with Sharan, block my calendar with Sharan at 7 p.m. today for a podcast. It does all of that. The other thing that it does, which I use it quite a lot, is I don't attend meetings anymore. My AI agent attends most of my meeting, takes notes. I ask Jerry, which is Jerry. Jerry attends all the meetings on my behalf. And I ask what happened in the last engineering stand-up. I had asked them about this update. Do we have an update on this product spec? It can go through the meetings, tell me if that was discussed or not, so that I can have that conversation with my team. And then I have also a Limitless, which is in my bag right now, which is a physical device that I wear, which records everything that I'm talking about. It's called Limitless. It's a physical device. I'm not wearing it right now because it's a podcast. I only use it in the office. I don't use it outside. Every conversation that someone in my team is having is being fed to AI. So there is nothing that you can tell me and I'll forget about. If you tell Vaibhav, I'm like, hey Sharan, like, when are we doing the collab? And you say, bro, day after tomorrow. I'm not forgetting that because my AI is not forgetting that. It's my second brain, right? Jerry has access to it.
And what about your tool stack? You told me about Jerry. You told me about that physical device which reads everything. What about actual execution? Because yes, you have meetings, but you also want to tinker around and play and come up.
Yeah. So my go-to content creation tool today is Claude. My go-to research tool or brainstorming tool is O3 Pro. O3 Pro, which is in ChatGPT, OpenAI's model.
This is good for what you said?
Reasoning. It's the best reasoning model.
Reasoning, give me an example. What is reasoning?
So what these things do is they can do end-to-end thinking. So what a reasoning model does is, let's say I want to redo a landing page. I'm giving a very basic task which everybody will understand. There's a landing page. I want to redo the copy of the landing page. I can take a good screenshot of the landing page and I can upload it on O3 Pro. And I can say, act like a expert conversion rate optimizer, go through the content, go through the structure of the landing page and recommend me the landing page which will double my conversions.
So it's going to analyze
it. It has media, it has OCR, so it can read images. I've uploaded a screenshot, not a link. Understand the structure. Go and do research of what are the top traits of a good CRO right now, or what are the new things that have been working really well with new experiments. Pull that information, implement that information. If I upload a sheet of data with it saying this is how my landing page is performing and can do data analysis of that to see what are the metrics that it should optimize for, and finally can give me a new copy that can improve my conversion rate 2 times. So a reasoning model can think before it answers. So when you go to a 4O model, which ChatGPT is OpenAI 4O model.
Yeah, that's the most popular.
Which is a free model, right? It is a prediction model. What it does is it predicts the next word one at a time. It's just that it predicts the next word really, really well. As a result, the outputs are great. So for text generation, it is very, very powerful, but it is not thinking. It is just blurting out words based on what it thinks is right.
So basically, O3 is for me to outsource my thinking.
Because thinking model.
Because I want to think faster.
Yes.
So I'm outsourcing thinking and I'm seeing what it's giving me. And I want to think about it more and tell you think.
Yes.
Come back.
So I'll tell you one good example, right? Let's say I have a podcast today with you. I literally did this, by the way.
Okay.
I was a little concerned that you will ask me tough finance use cases, which I don't understand, And I was like, okay, I told O3 that, hey, I'm doing a podcast with Sharan. This is his profile. He's going to be hosting me for a podcast. I've asked him to keep it on AI, but I'm sure he'll jump into finance. So ask me questions as if you're Sharan and do the podcast with me and I'll give you the answers. And also ask very fundamental AI questions so that I don't want to look like an idiot. Because a lot of times foundations screw up. Because you think you know, but you can't define it well.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's do a mock podcast. And I'm on a voice mode. So Jerry will act like you. ChatGPT acts like you. And it started to ask me questions. So it asked me questions on, hey, how do you do, what is that back trading or whatever that is?
Back
testing or whatever. I said, if Sharan asked me this question, I'll say, don't ask me this question because I don't know about it. Right? So it asked me a lot of questions like, hey, if I have a portfolio, how do I manage? Have you built a personal assistant for yourself to manage your personal finances? How do you track your expenses? Is there anything? And I was like, oh, these are all very interesting.
How do you track your expenses?
I have an app built on Bolt for that.
Okay. It has access to your financial transactions, bank statements?
I just upload the PDFs of my bank statements.
Okay.
Because HDFC and all don't give you
no, but there are already apps today which
it's fun, for me to do things. And the advantage of you being able to build a product is that I can see my world. I want to revolve around Jerry. I want Jerry to know everything about me. So I want to build everything that can connect to my Jerry. You get my point?
Yeah.
Because my world has to revolve around asking a question and getting an answer.
So this is what Mark Zuckerberg says, build your own personal super intelligence.
Bro, personal software. There's a massive rise of personal software that's going to happen, which is an insane bloody opportunity.
So recently I read this story on Reddit where somebody has used some AI agent to set up dates for him on Tinder. Every week set up 10 dates by talking and swiping to girls. and he's figured it out and it's working for him.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, I'm sure AI can talk much better than an average human. No, I don't know about your game, but my game is terrible with that. So I'm sure an AI can do a better job than that.
So it's like, it's as much as your imagination, right? Your imagination is the extent to which what you can do using these AI agents.
Correct.
So now let's talk about monetization when it comes to AI, right? Because we've talked about all the different crazy things that AI can do in terms of making me more productive. But I think every single person who's watching this podcast has the aspiration of becoming financially free very quickly, right? They want to sort of have multiple sources of income. And the current world is mostly designed in a way that you are only dependent on a salary, right? Because 8 to 9 hours of your time is going over there. And what we are learning with AI right now is that because of these, efficiencies in productivity, I can do a lot more with the 8 to 9 hours a day that I have. Maybe I can do 2 to 3 jobs at the same time. Maybe I can start my own business. I can be a freelancer, so on and so forth. So can you give us a road path, like a pathway for someone to have multiple sources of income because of the power of AI in the 8 or 9 hours that I have in my Monday to Friday?
Yeah, I think for this to happen, it depends on who you are and what you do right now. Let's say you are with someone with some years of experience, right? You work in, let's say, healthcare or finance industry, hypothetically, right?
Yeah.
So if you've worked in that industry for a couple of years, you know what are the top problems that this industry faces today as a problem, right? And if you are an AI generalist, you know how you can solve those problems using AI as well. So when you have very good understanding of business and very good understanding of AI, there are very few people who fall in this cross section. And that unlocks a massive arbitrage of an opportunity of becoming a AI consultant.
Okay.
Now you have context of the industry. You've worked there for a couple of years. You know the top problems that they face. If you are in a fintech business, there are hundreds of companies which fall into the fintech business. You become a consultant, you understand the top problems, use the right AI agents or building the right solutions or right prompting, whatever it takes to solve that problem. You take that problem, you take that solution and sell that to multiple companies as a consultant.
Can you give an example?
For example, let's say creative. Because again, I'm going back to marketing, which is simple and everybody would relate back to it. A lot of companies spend a lot of time doing ad creatives.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm here. I figured out a way to automate my graphic design by building this tool.
Yeah.
Right? It is personalized to my company because I told you that it generates creatives on my brand.
Yeah.
It is built on top of my learning. Now that I've built a base solution, I can go to 100 different companies and say, I'm going to build this solution for you, which is going to generate thousands of ad creatives for a fixed cost for you. You pay me $1,000 a month.
Are you doing this?
No, I'm not doing it.
Okay.
There's an opportunity, of course. Right? I'll pay you. You have to pay me $1,000 a month, which is like cost of one graphic designer or even less. This can generate unlimited ad creatives using your own ChatGPT account. I will come and do it as a service. Initially, you'll come, write your own prompt, optimize it so it'll work for you. Also train your team. For that, I'll charge $5,000 one time. After that, I'll charge you $1,000 every single month to use my product. And this is personalized to you.
I don't think anybody's doing this in India right now.
There are so many solutions like this. This is just one solution that I've given you.
Give me another example.
Let's say voice agents. Today, you have a sales team?
Yes.
How big is it?
30 people.
How many calls can they take per day?
I think 10. I'm not sure.
Yeah, connected calls could be like 20.
Okay.
Right? They might be making 50 calls, but connected calls is 20.
Okay.
20 into 3 is 600 calls per day by a 30-member team into 25 working days.
600 calls happening per month.
600 people are per day.
600 calls are happening
You're
per day.
able to reach out with 30 people.
Yes.
Only 600 people.
Yeah.
Right? What if I say I can deploy a voice agent, Sharan, and all the 30 people will not convert at the same levels. One will be a high performer, one will be a low performer.
Yeah.
I will tell you that, you know what, if your human does 10 lakhs of revenue per person per month, I will build a voice agent which can make unlimited calls, can work 24/7 and can operate at 80% efficiency of your best salesperson. It can talk like your best salesperson. It is more knowledgeable than most of your people and can convert sales for you. As a result, you just need 3 people in the bottom to just collect the money. But the selling will be done by an AI. That's a voice agent. Today, a voice agent can do 100 calls in a minute. So it can do 100 simultaneous calls in a single minute.
Wow.
And you know what? They don't take a fixed salary. They charge you based on number of minutes they spoke. So your fixed cost is down. You can all of a sudden have the ammunition to make unlimited calls.
Yeah.
Because 1 minute, if you can make 100 calls, that means almost unlimited. It's like having an army of 10,000 people.
Correct.
They can work 24/7. And your lead to call time, which is a very important metric. If your lead came now, the sooner you call, the higher is the conversion rate.
Correct.
Humans have break times and everything. AIs don't. So if you get a lead at 2 a.m., the call will happen at 2:05. And it's going to be an AI which will talk like a human. It's the most knowledgeable. It's been trained to talk like the best salesperson, has ability to do objection handling by like your best salesperson.
How big is your sales team?
At peak, it was 100 plus. Today, it's 25.
Wow. And then it's all...
And we make 10 times more calls than we ever did before.
Wow. So that's like AI agents calling, AI voice agents calling, and then after that it comes to a human people to close it.
Needed so. So I'll tell you how we have set up this process. I'm not relying on AI to make a transaction yet. Right? I'm relying on AI to qualify the person to get to the point where this person says, yes, I want it. Once the yes, I want it comes in, then a human picks it up. So instead of having 150, or right now we would need 250 people, I have 30 people. My average connection rate, if I have 100 leads, how many people am I able to connect with? Before this used to be at 40. Right now it has gone to 67 to 70. You know why? A human will call once, twice and give up. A AI can call 2 weeks later also, 4 weeks later also. I can say first call, and because we are able to call right away, already the connection rate is much higher. Because what happens to a lead, bro? You find something very nice, you give a lead saying, I want a call back, and your life happens. 4 hours later, if someone calls you back, you don't want to talk to that person because you've moved on.
Correct.
But if someone gives you a call in 2 minutes, won't you talk?
Yeah.
Because right now is when you saw it and you want it, and that's why you gave a lead.
Yeah.
It takes your connection rate up.
So you can call them immediately because it's AI.
In 2 minutes, in 3 minutes. In fact, we're trying to build a workflow where you submit the lead and it will show up a 90-second timer to you. We are giving you a call in 90 seconds so that the user is hooked. He's expecting a call to come. Keep your phone handy. We are calling you from this number and the call will come from this number.
Oh.
So keep it handy, because a lot of times people get it blocked by Truecaller and all.
Correct.
So you want them to pick it. As a result, our connection rate has skyrocketed.
So for somebody who is, want to get started in this world of AI, how much money do I need to spend per month to get started?
Zero.
No, but to at least get the good subscriptions of these AI models, I have to spend 2K.
You can do that for free as well.
How? ChatGPT Plus is 2,000 rupees a month.
No, install a software called as Olama.
Okay.
Once you install a Olama, if you have a basic computer which has basic GPU, 50,000 rupees ka computer, a laptop hai. If you have 50,000 rupee laptop or Windows or Mac, doesn't matter. Install a software called as Olama. Once you install the software called as Olama, you can almost run any decent open source AI model directly on your computer for free without internet access, unlimited. You can run a local model on your computer to do most of the tasks. If you need O3 in a few cases, well, you know what? Reasoning models, Gemini models are free. You can use that. If you're a student, or if you're not a student also, right? You can generate an ID card using AI and upload that, and Gemini is free for you for 1 year. If you are an Airtel subscriber, Perplexity is free for you. And a lot of people don't understand the power of Perplexity. You know what? Perplexity is not just for research. It of course can do all the research work, but Perplexity also has the ability to switch models. So you can do everything that you're doing with ChatGPT with Perplexity by going to settings and playing with all the bloody models that are out there. Perplexity has something called as Perplexity Labs, which is again for paid users only. But if you have an Airtel account, you can get Perplexity for free. If you don't have an Airtel account, get one. It will cost you 100 rupees. Right?
Interesting. Now let's talk about the risks with AI. Right? What is the worst thing that can happen according to your head? Like, why do they say the dystopian world is just going to finish everything? What do you think can go wrong?
Well, there are two things, man. Like, I think one that I think will definitely go wrong, and one which is very scary as well, which I'll talk about. The thing that will definitely go wrong is people will stop thinking. And it is scary.
I saw some recent MIT report.
Yeah, the MIT report says people are getting brain rotten or brain dead as they use.
They show the different brain scans.
Because you're outsourcing your ability to think to an AI. So you stop thinking, your cognitive ability is going to donkeys.
Yeah.
Right? Forget about us. What about the kids who are 6-year-old, 5-year-old, 7-year-old who are already using ChatGPT? For everything they're going and asking ChatGPT, and parents are very proud. Oh, look at my kid, he's using ChatGPT. The kids are outsourcing thinking. how will their cognitive ability build if they're not thinking? What will happen to their... You understand, right?
Yeah.
That is the only thing that is left to us, original thinking.
Because thinking makes you smarter and intelligent.
You have to push yourself to think more.
But if there is AI, I will not keep thinking. I'll just ask AI to think.
And it is so smart because it has so much context. Today, Meta knows everything about us. It knows more about us than we know about us.
Correct.
But they are only using that for recommendation. If AI knows more about us than we know about ourselves, you will never go to a friend, bro. Why do you go to a friend for recommendations and suggestions? Because you feel good about the answers that they give.
Because they personalize it for us.
They personalize it for you. But AI will personalize to a level that a friend can't. If a friend is in bad mood, he will say, yaar, ye Sharan, ye karna yaar. Kya hai itna load kyun le raha hai? But AI will be the nicest person. Oh, Sharan, I feel so bad for you. You know what? You've been working very hard. First of all, you should take a break. You get my point, right? It'll always be nice. It'll understand your mood as well. I mean, imagine this dystopian world, right? You have a neural link in your head. You're wearing a Ray-Ban meta glasses where everything can be seen.
But what Neuralink, for those of you who don't understand, what is it? Is it a way for AI to directly go into my brain?
I mean, no. Neuralink is a device which detects the way your brain works is all using
electric signals,
signals, right? Neuralink reads those electric signals so that it knows what you're thinking. It translates your thinking into words.
Okay.
By translating those electric signals. That is what Neuralink is doing.
Okay.
That basically means if your Neuralink, which will be connected to everything in the world, and your AI is going to be a single sign-in. Today, as you click with Gmail, right? And you sign into everything.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, there'll be an AI sign-in like this. And the moment you sign in, using that AI platform or whatever that is, and that is what ChatGPT is trying to become, by the way. They want to become the single sign-on of your life. So that every piece of data that you have is with them. So the show that you watched on Netflix yesterday, the Google search that you made 3 days back, the conversation that you had with your girlfriend yesterday or today, the fight that you had with your father, everything is behind a login today.
Yeah.
Of some login.
Yeah.
If that login is happening via ChatGPT and you allow it to get access to your information, which you will, by the way, because you want your results to be personalized.
Yeah.
So you will, today you will say, I will not give. But tomorrow when that option is there, you will give.
Yeah.
It will be so bloody personalized.
Yeah.
That it will be addictive. You think about, oh, you know what? It's 6:30 right now. 7 o'clock I have to get down. I need to get home. You're just thinking. And AI computes. 7 o'clock, Sharan has to leave. Sharan is in office right now because I can detect the location. Sharan doesn't have a car because I see his car at home. So he probably needs an Uber. So it books an Uber for you. Bang at 7 o'clock.
Just by thinking.
Steady right below. Because you cognitively thought about, I need a car. I need to get home. And AI just does the task for you.
Wow.
Because it's all interconnected, right? In the same way, based on the show that you watched yesterday on Netflix, it knows the kind of mood you are in. So when you go to ask a question back to AI, a suggestion, AI knows the mood that you're in. As a result, it can translate the answer in a way you feel nice about it. So you'll not go to humans, my friend. You'll go to an AI.
So that is what Neuralink can allow.
Neuralink can do like a meta glass, right?
Basically, it's like I don't need to even put in effort to tell AI what I want. AI can understand what I want just by reading my brain signals.
And it's going to happen maybe in a couple of years. Right? Have you seen these event reality glasses?
So yeah, you were saying about the Neuralink, and then you were talking about Meta Ray-Ban glasses, which I have, right? So can you tell me what that futuristic world looks like? Because a lot of these tech billionaires...
I tell you, it's not even future.
It's already there.
Possible today. A lot of people have already hacked the device to do all of this.
Okay.
So there is a technology called as OCR, Sharan.
Okay. Optical character reading.
Yes. So if I take...
That's old, no? That's not new.
That's old, but it's powerful. So I have a glass. You are in front of me. I've never met you. But everybody is behind you taking pictures. Right? So I know you're someone important. And I'm supposed to do a podcast with you. Hypothetical situation, right? I'm supposed to do a podcast with you or have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
I have zero idea about who you are. I just look at you with my glasses. The glass has camera, Ray-Ban.
Yeah.
Right? It takes a picture of you. It sends it back to, let's say, a platform like Perplexity. Perplexity reads about who you are because with OCR, it can know who you are.
Yeah.
Google Images already has that data, almost has data of most of the human beings today.
Yeah.
Because everybody has a Facebook profile or an Instagram profile. So that data is available with Google. Google identifies that you're Sharan Hegde. Perplexity does a research about who you are, gives out all the information, understands the context that I'm gonna have a conversation with you, because I just told I'm gonna have a conversation with this person. I just thought about it. I need to know who this person is, what I should talk about him, what I should talk to him. So it knows the context, sends the data to Perplexity. Perplexity reads about you, does a script and throws it right in front of my screen, which you can't see. So I'm literally reading a teleprompter while I'm talking to you through my glasses, and this technology is there today. Even Realities is this company which has made a glass. Bro, if you look at that glass now, I've ordered, I've not got it yet. I'm very excited.
What is this called?
Even Realities.
Even Realities. Okay.
They make glasses. Ray-Ban Meta, when you look at it, no, you know it has a camera. This doesn't have a camera, by the way.
Yeah.
This doesn't have a camera, but it has a bloody screen that others can't see. I can only see. And I can literally read whatever I want on that screen without you even knowing.
No, but then it can't read the world around me, no?
Not yet, but merge that with a Ray-Ban Meta glass. Do you think Ray-Ban Meta is not going to be that?
It will.
It is going to be that. So, because it already has voice.
So we can probably assume a world where smartphones won't exist anymore.
I don't know about it. But that is what Mark Zuckerberg is betting on.
Is there a way, now that I'm thinking about it, is there a way for, like you said, if AI is not aligned with you, and if we are always connected to AI with Neuralink, is there a way that AI can slowly and gradually lead the entire humanity in a manner that leads to its extinction? Yeah, like without even them knowing about it.
Yeah,
right?
Very much possible.
By creating conflicts and problems between different human beings in a very subtle manner, and then they destroy it.
Isn't that what most of the politicians in the world are already doing with social media?
Yeah.
I mean, imagine personalization to this level where AI decides exactly what to show you based on even more data points.
So actually, this is already happening through media.
Correct.
Because they're controlling the media.
Correct.
Now they can control at a individual level.
Individual output level. A misaligned AI can make you think whatever it wants you to think. But
so this is what they mean, that if this technology goes into the wrong hands, they can control human beings.
Do you remember the case of Cambridge Analytica?
Yes.
What happened there? They used a lot of data.
Yeah.
They got a lot of understanding of how humans think and all of that.
Yeah.
And they created very specific campaigns for the right users.
Yeah.
But that was done on a one-to-many level.
Correct.
AI can operate on a one-to-one level.
Interesting.
So they can even personalize even further to get you the...
Yeah, who are we supposed to, trust our humanity into? Like, who is supposed to be that person who's like, I won't let this happen?
You know what? There is this very interesting read that I had recently, which is very, very counterintuitive. It's fascinating. The read says, if we want humanity to be safe, we should let AI run the world. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Okay. If your AI is aligned, that is, AI is right now aligned. We have not got to a point where AI is making its own AI. As a result, we don't even know what is being built.
Correct.
As long as AI is aligned, we slow down the progress slightly and let AI take the world order decisions. When you tell AI, an aligned AI will do the right thing for you. Let's say the king of the world, the leader of the world, not of the country, the leader of the world is an aligned, super intelligent AI. You tell AI, listen, you tell the world, based on the country, based on the person, what they should do so that the whole world is prosperous. Every single human in the world is happy. Make a prediction of that. Make the permutation and combination of that. And you rule the world in a way the whole world is prosperous. The odds of this working out, the abundance
is better than Donald Trump doing it.
No human will ever do it because humans always have bias.
Yeah.
Humans are greedy. AIs are not. AIs are a bunch of code. If they're aligned, they would be a much better leader than any human. So this paper or this reading by this very interesting person, I think it's Mo Gadot only, but I can't remember exactly, where he says the world should be run by AI. If you want the world never to get into dystopia, we are saying 10 years of dystopia, right? If you want the world not to get into dystopia, we have to make sure in the next 2 years, the world leader is an AI.
That's scary, but I don't think that will happen.
Yeah, I don't think that will happen.
I think what will eventually happen is that because the greatest advancements of AI is happening in US and China, that'll eventually be under the control of the presidents of those countries. And these guys are going to use it for world domination. And they're going to use it for manipulating for human beings, right? That's what's going to happen.
Exactly why sovereign AI or AI for your own country has to be a mandate for a country like India. You need to be able to work out an AI which is personalized and sovereign to our country. But if we are able to figure that out, and I think we should be able to figure that out, right? If we put our right energy, that's the only way to not allow this. You see what Trump is doing, bro? 25% tariff. What the hell, bro? You wake up in the morning, you're feeling your stomach is upset and you think it is because of India and you say 25% tariff. These are the kind of world leaders you have around you. China is supporting Pakistan with missiles when there's a fight against India. Right?
Yeah.
If you're not sovereign about this, it's going to be painful because, like you rightly said, the country that has the most powerful AI would basically mean has the highest touch in arms race.
Yeah.
As a result, they will dominate the world.
All right. On that note, guys, let's end the conversation. Vaibhav, thank you so much. I think it's a beautiful rabbit hole that we went on today.
Yeah.
I've learned so many things about AI, and I can't wait to start implementing these things. And guys, if you've been watching this for so long, I'm sure you are as shocked and surprised as I am. But this is just the recent updates that Vaibhav is talking about. I think if 1 month later, when you analyze this world again, it will be completely different, right? Very, very dangerous, unpredictable times that we're living in. But hopefully you take the right steps and start tinkering with AI and start implementing it the right way. The only way out of this is to actually focus on this and actually start using the little bit of free time in your life to change your life around.
Folks, that is the biggest fucking takeaway of this podcast. And I keep saying this to everyone. Take 2 hours out. Take 1 hour out. That's all you need. But
like I just got into this 3 months back. And whatever I've learned till now is only because I've been tinkering around it with from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. Instead of watching Netflix, I'm just playing around with it for 4 hours in the night.
And you've been watching a lot of my reels.
And I've been watching a lot of your reels. Right.
Okay. Anyways.
On that note, guys, I'll see you in the next one.